Heyo everyone, welcome to Planet Coaster 2, a creative management simulation game where you can build your dream theme park. Create thrilling coasters and attractions, build stunning pool complexes complete with water slides and lazy rivers, set up restaurants and gift shops for your guests to enjoy, and manage your staff and economy across your park. Immerse your guests with all new scenery themes: resort, aquatic, Viking, mythology, and a revamped Planet Coaster theme, along with the much-loved returning themes from the original game: Western, sci-fi, fairy tale, and pirate. Or combine them to bring about a whole new experience for your guests. In this video, we're going to give you a quick start guide to Planet Coaster 2, giving you a head start in your park building and management journey. There are three main modes available to play from the get-go. Career mode is a great place to start for new players, taking you on a curated journey across multiple parks. Franchise mode enables you and your friends to build a park empire together and tackle the online leaderboards. And Sandbox mode simply gives you all the tools you need to create the theme park of your dreams with unlimited cash and a ton of available game modifiers to suit your playstyle. Planet Coaster 2 is available on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and is Steam Deck verified, and all platforms support both keyboard and mouse and controller. To see a list of the controls, head to either the settings on the game's pause menu or head to planetcoaster.com/controls, link in the description. Once you're in-game, your go-to menu for all things management can be found in the top left of the screen. Here you can see an overview for everything from ticket prices to which guests really need the toilet right now. Change your park name and opening times, manage your staff, and easily control which attractions and shops are open or closed. Most of your time will be spent down in these menus at the bottom of the screen. Simply click on them to open them up, or use the shoulder buttons, either LB and RB or L1 and R1, to navigate them. First up, pathing is better than ever in Planet Coaster 2, giving you a plethora of powerful tools to create simple point-to-point paths all the way through to magnificent plazas. Switch to queues to link your entrance gates to paths, and to staff paths to give your employees exclusive shortcuts and access to staff buildings throughout your park. Check out our handy pathing guide right here on the Planet Coaster YouTube channel by clicking or tapping up there, or via the link in the video description. Building things is a huge part of the Planet Coaster 2 experience, but if you're not up to speed or super keen on building everything from coasters to shops to buildings to scenery yourself, you don't have to. There are hundreds of blueprints in the game to place down to make park building quick and easy. You can also find thousands of community-made blueprints on the Frontier Workshop. Simply subscribe to something you like and pop it down in your park. You can even download entire parks from the workshop, either to build onto or just to use as inspiration. Now, before we get onto building attractions, excitement, fear, and nausea are an important factor for coasters, flat rides, and flumes in your park, as these will determine how much guests enjoy the ride, excitement, play up to their thrill tolerance, and if they'll even go on it, fear, and how they're going to feel getting off, nausea. Across your park, it's always worth building rides that cover a large range of ratings, especially in the fear category, just so every guest has an attraction they will go on. Now, for our game's namesake, coasters. These can be either placed down as a complete blueprint, or you can build them entirely yourself. Check out our guide on building one from scratch here on the YouTube channel by clicking or tapping up there, or via the link in the video description. Give guests a selection of coasters to match their tolerances across your park, so everyone has something to experience. You can also place down an on-ride photo camera and connect it to a photo kiosk shop or counter, so guests can pick up a memento of their time on your most thrilling coasters. Flat rides give guests a great time in a small footprint. From the family-friendly Tiny Eye to the extreme behemoth Swing 360, either you can drop down a blueprint or place down and theme a flat ride from scratch to fit your park's current aesthetic. Scenery we'll get to in a bit. New to Planet Coaster 2 is the ability to build incredible pool complexes. If you've had some time with the pathing tool, building pools isn't all too different. Experiment with different shapes and depths, add ladders, diving boards, wave machines, and jets to lazy rivers to give guests a fantastic time in the pool. And make sure to hire plenty of lifeguards to keep your guests safe. Though no pool is truly complete without Flumes, and you've got quite a selection to choose from in Planet Coaster 2. Either place down an existing blueprint or start from scratch with a flume platform to build your own. Create a group of body slides for guests to race each other down, build an exhilarating trapdoor flume, or send a group of guests hurtling down a huge funnel together in a giant raft. Rides and pools are good and all, but guests are going to need food, drinks, a place to change into their swimwear, buy merchandise, and somewhere to do their business. Most shops, facilities, and staff buildings start life as these plain buildings which you can decorate yourself, or you can drop in some existing blueprints if that's more your speed. The food, drink, and souvenir shops, along with guest services and the photo kiosk, also have counter-only variants, giving you even more freedom to place on paths and dress however you wish. Some of the food and drink options available also have vending machine variants, which don't require a member of staff to operate and can be very useful to just dot around your parks or pool complexes to give your guests a quick fix. If that's a little too informal for your guests' dining experience, you can also build restaurants in Planet Coaster 2. Place down a kitchen, link tables to it, and give guests a premium dining experience right in your park. If you want both more flair and control over your guests' merch purchases though, why not build a modular souvenir shop? Place and stock your shelves, link them up to a till counter, or place down a pre-built blueprint, and watch the money roll in. Building thrilling rides, beautiful pools, and delectable restaurants is one thing, but powering them and keeping pool water clean is another. Place down power generators and solar panels to generate power, place distributors within range of anything that needs it, and connect everything up. A top tip, your entrance gates in your park kick out a bit of power to get you started, so make sure you involve those in your power logistics. If there's not enough power to go around as you build your park, simply place down more generators and solar panels and link them to your grid. Water filtration works pretty much in the same way. Place down pumps, wells, or water towers and connect them to filters in range of your pools and flumes to keep them clean. If you're playing in sandbox mode, however, you're more than welcome to simply turn this feature off and just focus on building your amazing park. Okay, it's finally time to talk about scenery. Heading down to the scenery tab, there are a ton of blueprints to choose from in the 5 base themes from Planet Coaster 2. Everything from archways and centerpieces through to hollowed out buildings ready for you to drop in whatever shops or facilities you want. Of course, if you are so inclined, you can create something completely from scratch. Scenery pieces in Planet Coaster 2 fall into 2 categories: grid-based and freeform. Grid-based props can only be placed on a grid. Objects such as walls and roofs are your usual suspects for this category, whereas freeform props can be placed anywhere, things like windows, lights, foliage, and other decorations. Plus, the freeform props can be scaled too, giving you even more flexibility in your building. You can also add scenery to coaster trains and flat rides in Planet Coaster 2 to really make them your own. You'll find that certain grid-based props work nicely with building around shops and stations, including the station surround pieces, which give your station platforms a clean look, and the shop front piece, which fits perfectly around the front of a shop. If you want more precision when placing freeform props, you can switch to the Advanced Move tool, giving you a lot more control over positioning, rotation, and scaling. Advanced Move is available for more than just scenery, placing coasters, path stamps, and more. Do some experimenting and see what works best for you. If you're playing Planet Coaster 2 on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or S, you will need to keep your park's complexity meter in mind. Everything you build in your park, from rides to scenery, will contribute to this meter, and when it hits 100%, you'll no longer be able to place anything else down. This is in place to keep your experience with the game smooth and enjoyable. If you do hit this limit, you'll have to look at streamlining areas of your park so you can bring the meter back down and build something new. At the bottom of your screen, click the little mountain button. This will open up the Terrain Tools menu. Here you can manipulate the ground as you see fit through pushing and pulling, roughening, smoothing, and flattening again should you need to. If you're wanting then to do some terrain painting, select the Painting tab. Here you'll find a selection of textures you can paint onto the ground in your park. These differ based on which of the biomes your park is in. Finally, there's the Water tab. If you dig out a space using the Terrain Tools and want to fill it with water, tab over here and select which flavor of water you want to use. Either a beautiful clear blue, a rough body with white crested waves, or a more natural look. The tree button to the left of the Terrain Tools on the bottom bar opens the Scenery brush. This is a powerful and customizable tool which makes dressing more natural areas of your park an absolute breeze. Here you have a selection of pre-made brushes which enable you to simply paint trees, bushes, and rocks into your park with variants for all biomes available. One of the best things about this tool though is the fact you can create your own brushes. Simply select the custom brush type on the right-hand menu, select create new brush, and start adding which scenery pieces it will paint down. If you want to quickly place down an army of inflatable crabs armed with Viking swords, it is very easy to do so. To keep your rides running, your park clean, and your guests both safe and entertained, you're going to need staff. Janitors, keep your park clean. Mechanics, keep your attractions and infrastructure running. Security guards, eject vandals and pickpockets from your park, whilst lifeguards keep your guests safe in your pools. Vendors tend to your shops, counters, and restaurants, and ride operators dispatch coaster trains, man the booth on your flat rides, and oversee your flume platforms. Entertainers bring that extra sparkle to your park, bringing your guests joy and having a great time doing so, provided you're paying them right and giving them breaks. Speaking of which, the staff schedule menu enables you to set working parameters and breaks for your staff members, everything from determining exactly what it is they do from a selection of tasks within their role, to painting out areas of the park for them to specifically work in using the staff zone tool. Make sure you've placed down staff buildings around your park so your staff have somewhere to go on their breaks, and if you have utilized the staff zones, make sure there's one within their zone for them to actually go to. Once you have built an attraction, be it a coaster, flat ride, pool, flume, or tracked ride, but not transport rides, a few factors will contribute to its prestige rating. The prestige of a ride affects its appeal and how much guests will want to ride it. Keeping these values high will increase the number of guests on your attractions. Your ratings for excitement, fear, and nausea will contribute one part of that rating, and the scenery surrounding your attraction will contribute the rest. For pools, it's slightly different. It more so comes from size, extras, and flumes that end in the pool. Also, an attraction's reputation will change over time. They'll start out new, become more established, start to date a little, and depending on that all-important prestige value, will end up having a resurgence before becoming a bona fide classic in your park, or age a bit more and then just look old. There isn't anything you can do about the passage of time, but making sure the prestige value is looking good will help you in the long run. Finally, in both career and franchise modes, research is imperative to enabling you to build new experiences for your guests. Under Research on the Park Management menu, you will find a research tree, on which you can spend research points to unlock new attractions to build. While you will start with a set amount of points in career mode, or a differing value when choosing a park location in franchise mode to give you a head start on the research tree, you will have to accumulate more points as you progress in order to unlock new things to build. To do this, you'll need to place and assign a mechanic to a mechanic workshop. Research points in career span the entire career mode in Planet Coaster 2, and you can even access the career-specific research tree from the career mode section on the main menu, whereas the tree in franchise mode is specific to each park. Of course, you don't need to worry about this at all in sandbox mode. So, there we have it. Hopefully this guide has helped you on your way with building your dream theme park experience. It might have sounded a lot to keep on top of, but the beauty of Planet Coaster 2 is you can play the game however you wish. Have that curated experience with the career mode, jump in with friends to make the best park empire you can in franchise mode, or just turn off all the management and simply build in the sandbox mode. If you're ever needing any more help, there's a super handy help button on the pause menu with tons of guides within, which even has a search box if you're looking for something more specific. Let us know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for guide videos you'd like to see in the future. Planet Coaster 2 is out now and available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Don't forget to subscribe to the Planet Coaster YouTube channel if you haven't already, and while you're here, why not check out the Coaster 101 or Pathing Guide videos I mentioned earlier. Thanks for watching.